Welcome to the chapter Measurement. This slide presents the overview of the chapter. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to define what is length, explain the measuring units of length, discuss the conventional methods of measurement, discuss the standard instruments to measure length, measure the weight of the objects, define the units of measuring weight, explain how to measure the liquids, define the standard measuring unit of liquids. In this chapter, we are going to find the lengths of objects. Let us know how to find the length of an object using the freehand. Let us know what is length. Length is the dimensional distance of an object. Generally, smaller lengths can be measured in cubits. Let us see some conventional methods of measurements. We use the conventional methods such as hand spans and foot spans as cubits. Example for hand span measurement. We are going to measure the length of the table using hand span because smaller lengths can be measured easily by using hand span. Example for foot span measurement. This is similar to hand span. The only difference is we will measure this using our foot as shown on the screen. Like measuring the length of the classroom with foot span. Example for cubit measurement. We are going to measure the length of the string of flowers in cubit because the length of string of flowers is too small, so it can be easily measured by using cubit. Now, let us perform a simple activity to measure the length of a side of a table using hand span. Click. The main objective of this activity is to find the length of the table using hand span. Select a table in your classroom. Measure the length of one side of the table with a hand span. Count the number of hand spans taken to measure one side of a table and note them down. Ask your friends to repeat the measurement of the same side of the table. In this activity, we observe that the number of hand spans of different people are different in measuring the side of the same table. Now, let us discuss the various instruments that are used to measure length. In the earlier session, we have seen how to measure the side of a table using hand span. There are some standard instruments to measure the length of objects. They are scale, tape. Generally, a scale is used to measure length in centimeters and inches. Now, let us perform an activity on measuring of length using an instrument. Click each tab. The main objective of this activity is to find the length of the cloth. Let us take a cloth. To measure the cloth, we need a centimeter scale. Now, calculate the length of the cloth in centimeters. Ask your friends to measure the cloth with the same scale. We observe that the length of the cloth that is measured by the three kids are same because they measured it with the same instrument. So it is clear that if we measure the length of any object with a particular instrument, their lengths will be the same. Now, let us solve some exercise problems. Now, let us see the conversation between a mother and her son on the estimation of weights. Hey Candy, what are you doing there?
Nothing, Mom. Just playing.
Once, come to the kitchen. There is problem here.
Yes, Mom. Tell me, what's the problem?
I started preparing curries for our lunch, but suddenly the gas in the cylinder got finished.
Oh, then, what about our lunch today?
Don't worry, we have another cylinder as a spare.
Okay, then replace it and start cooking. I am hungry.
To replace it, you need to remove it. Take this empty one to the storeroom and bring the full cylinder to the kitchen.
What? Should I lift this? It looks heavy.
Now, it is easy to lift because it is empty.
Okay, I'll try. Mom, what you said was right. Its weight is less.
Really? Now go and bring the other one.
Mom, it is too heavy for me to lift it. Please come for my help.
Ha ha ha. Okay, come. Let's quickly replace this.
Mom, why does the first cylinder weigh lighter than the second one?
Because the first one has no gas filled inside it, but the second one has gas in it. So, that's the difference between both of them.
Oh, is it? Thanks for the information.
Okay. Now, let us perform an activity on estimation of weights. Drag and drop the objects that can and cannot be lifted with hands. Now, let us perform an activity on estimation of weights. Guess the lighter objects from the following. Dear children, standard weights are the units we usually use to measure the weight of objects. Kilogram is the standard unit of weight. We write it as kg to express kilogram in short form. These standard weights help the vegetable vendors or grocery shopkeepers in weighing things while selling them. Scenario: Abhishek goes to a sweet shop to buy sweets for a marriage function. He asks for a badam halwa and dry fruit halwa. The shopkeeper asks him how many kilograms he requires.
Okay, uncle. Give me 5 kilogram of badam halwa and 3 kilogram of dry fruit halwa.
Now, what is the total weight of sweets that Abhishek bought? He had 5 kilogram of badam halwa and 3 kilogram of dry fruit halwa. By adding these 5 kilogram plus 3 kilogram, he will get 8 kilogram of sweets. Let us perform an activity to find the difference in weights of kilograms. Given below are the weights of vegetables. Observe them and type the answer in the boxes. Let us see what is a liquid. Liquid is a substance that flows freely but is of constant volume, having a consistency like that of water. Let us see the discussion between mother and son. Mother asked Suresh to fill the water from the well into the tub and the bucket. First, he started filling water in the tub. After filling the tub, he told his mother, "Mom, filling the tub is completed. Now what's next?" She replied, "Fill those 2 buckets with the water in the tub using the jug." He got an idea and started filling the bucket with a mug. After 2 minutes, his mother saw him from the window and asked him, "I told you to fill it with the jug, but you are filling it with a mug. Why?" He then replied, "What's the difference between the two?" "Okay, son, pour back the water into the tub and start pouring the water again and count how many mugs of water are required to fill the bucket." After 3 minutes, he replied, "Mom, it took me 15 mugs to fill the bucket." Now, repeat the same with the second bucket, but this time use the jug to fill the bucket and count how many jugs of water are required to fill the bucket. Now he replied quickly, "It just took 6 jugs of water." "But how?" Mother told him, "If you observe, the capacity of the mug is small, so only a small amount of water can be filled into it, whereas a jug's capacity is larger when compared to a mug, so it can fill more amount of water." Note: the quantity of liquid a vessel can hold is called the capacity of the vessel. Let us perform an activity on the estimation of water. Observe the following objects and select the object which holds less water. Let us solve some exercise problems. Let us discuss how to measure liquids. In the earlier sessions, we measured liquids with the help of a jug, a mug, and a bucket. In this session, we are going to learn the measuring units of liquids. As we know, liquids are measured in different forms. The standard measuring unit of liquids is milliliters and liters. Let us see what is a liter by doing an activity. Click each tab to know more. The main objective of this activity is to find how many milliliters will make a liter. Take an empty 1 liter bottle. Now, take a small bottle which can hold around 250 milliliter of water. Fill the 250 milliliter bottle with water and pour the same into the 1 liter bottle. Once again, fill the 250 ml bottle and pour the same into the 1 liter bottle. Repeat the same till the 1 liter bottle fills up. We have observed that 4 bottles of 250 milliliter are required to fill a 1 liter bottle. This shows that 1000 milliliters make a liter. We conclude that a liter consists of 1000 milliliters. Let us discuss about different shapes but equal capacity. In the earlier sessions, we learned how to measure the capacity of liquids. In the coming session, we are going to learn what is the capacity of a liquid if it is poured in different shapes of vessels. Let us perform an activity on different shapes but equal capacity. Click each tab to know more. The main objective of this activity is to find the capacity of water in the glasses. Take a glass of water. Pour the water in all the 3 different shaped glasses. Observe the water levels in all the 3 glasses. We observed that when we pour the same quantity of a liquid in glasses of different shapes, a taller one and a shorter one, it may look as if there is more liquid in one and less in the other. However, this is not true. If the same amount of liquid has been poured into the glasses, their quantity remains the same in both glasses. Practice zone. Try to solve the problems in the practice zone on your own. Click Solution tab to verify your answer. Summary. Let us recap the highlights of this chapter. Length is the dimensional distance of an object. Smaller lengths can be measured in cubits. We use the conventional methods such as hand spans, foot spans and cubits. Standard instruments like scale, tape, etc. are used to measure length. A scale is used to measure length in centimeters and inches. Standard weights are the units we usually use to measure the weight of objects. Kilogram is the standard unit of weight. Liquid is a substance that flows freely but is of constant volume, having a consistency like that of water. Quantity of liquid a vessel can hold is called the capacity of the vessel. The standard measuring unit of liquids is milliliters and liters. A liter consists of 1000 milliliters. If the same amount of liquid has been poured into the glasses, their quantity remains the same in all the glasses. Follow-up work. Measure the following objects with the help of a scale: chalk piece, eraser, pencil. Estimate the weights of objects and see whether they can be lifted or not. Car, book, cycle. Test your understanding of the chapter by taking the mock unit test. You have successfully completed the chapter Measurement.